This is Terra Luna Classic and is having a huge week here. I've talked about this falling wedge pattern for the longest time for Terra Luna Classic. If you guys been following my channel, you guys know. This is on the monthly time frame, and this is a falling wedge pattern that has been forming for quite some time since December of 2023. So it's a long time pattern. And it's been having a huge week so far, up over 30% today. What is Terra Luna Classic about to do? Now, if Terra Luna Classic actually breaks out of this falling wedge pattern, which it has a higher chance of, the price target would be about 0.0003 almost. Okay, now price targets are estimates only. There could be more, there could be less, a lot of which, in the case of these altcoins, does depend on what happens with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues its bull cycle from here, that's going to be very good for a lot of these altcoins. However, if Bitcoin dumps from here, which there is still a risk of, then that is a lot of these altcoin setups, they're not going to matter very much. Okay, so very important to be paying attention to what happens with Bitcoin. I did a more detailed video on that earlier today. I will link you guys at the end of this video. Let's take a look into a smaller time frame here. This is the weekly time frame, okay, where there is going to be quite a bit of resistance to close on top of. Okay, what I'm talking about is this: your weekly 21 SMA at about 0.00000525. Okay, weekly 50 SMA 0.00000625. Let's see where Terra Luna Classic closes above. Okay, very important for it to close on top of these moving averages that would flip these resistances and turn them into support levels. Let's zoom in further on the daily time frame, where there is a very overbought daily RSI signal. That is not a subjective opinion. If you actually take a look onto the daily RSI, that is a overbought signal, an RSI reading of about 90. That's from a 0 to 100 scale. So you guys can decide for yourself. Okay. Let's see if Terra Luna Classic is it going to be taking a pullback here after this daily candle close, or during this daily candle. Okay. It is trying to close back on top of the daily 200 SMA, which is at about 0.0000, or 4 zeros and 5-3. Okay. So there isn't exactly a particular pattern here on the lower time frames I can tell you guys about, because it's still on it's still in the middle of a pump, right? But some kind of consolidation is likely before seeing what the next move is likely to be. So if you guys want to continue seeing any more of Terra Luna Classic, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. I also do want to mention that last time I've talked about this falling wedge pattern on the daily time frame, and that didn't do anything for a couple of days after it broke out of it. Price target was about 0.000037, right? But Terra Luna Classic completely obliterated that price target. This is what I'm talking about. When you see price targets, they are estimates only, okay? Because this one just completely broke through its price targets. And the market was basically seeing this breakout here, okay? So, like I said, when Terra Luna Classic consolidates on the lower time frames, and if you guys want to continue seeing any more of it, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'll bring you guys an update on what the consolidation pattern looks like. Is it likely to break out of that bigger falling wedge pattern sometime soon, or what happens next? Okay, so this basically wraps up for this video. Let me know if you guys want to continue seeing any more of this or any other coins in this market by dropping a like, comment, subscribe. I'll pick a request due for you guys on a daily basis. See you on the next one.